When I started this channel, I honestly didn't expect myself to tackle this kind of dark shit. I was going to do something like a mix of commentaries and game reviews, but something got in the way. Now sure, I made fun of an ex-friend for acting like a stuck-up bitch and having more emotional breakdowns than Roseanne Barr, but in comparison to who I'm about to talk about, he is nothing. They're not in the same ballpark, they're not in the same sport. Hell, they're not even in the same fucking country. Maturi would look like a flawed saint in comparison to whatever this bitch has done. And it would have to be one of the most shocking things that I had ever seen. Right next to the footage of the towers getting hit.
Oh no!
Meet Victoria Watson, also known as Ash Watson. And she looks like that feeling you get when you step on glass. A 16-year-old thing that roams around the internet, posting pictures, trying to be edgy, and looks like it was captured and featured in an episode of Deadliest Catch.
Gross.
Already off the bat, I can hear you asking, why are you making a video on this 16-year-old? Isn't that a bit low? A bit below standards? You know, because she's still classified as a fucking child? Usually yes, but this is a very special exception to that rule. I don't just talk about people for no reason. The people I would usually focus on have either done stupid shit to me personally, or they are just complete idiots doing weird things. With Victoria Watson, she goes beyond that with what she has done. Sometimes calling herself a dog abuser or dog gutter in her accounts. To an outsider, it would just seem like something an edgy teenager would call themselves just to get attention. Trust me, I wish that was the case. We'll get to that later on. But not only that, but she has been a source of problems for a good long time. From attacking underclass girls in her school, to being creepy with kids when she is babysitting. She should have been that sperm that should have been swallowed. And with all the horrendous things that she has been doing, I'd be an idiot not to talk about it. So here you go. From childhood, she was already in a tough spot, with her mother abusing every kind of substance known to exist. From opioids to pills, from crack to smack, from bath salts to table salt, she would be one White Claw away from having a fucking seizure. Her father doesn't make things any better, getting a 16-year-old girl pregnant despite his age, and defending his daughter's purchases of child porn when confronted with such matters, like he's somehow proud of it. But her fascination with animal abuse was her own doing, developing an interest in fetishizing gore and animal abuse, even going as far as her interest in bestiality and necrophilic behaviors towards animals. Really committing to being the next Jeffrey Dahmer by playing with the intestines and other types of organs inside a dog's body. That's not Play-Doh, that's, But whatever you do, do not bring out Operation. She would fucking suck at it. That's a scary thought.
Doctor, my belly ache!
That'll be $200, please. Any social media this walrus has is fucking embarrassing to look through. Looking at it, it's not really that hard to understand why she was never that popular. A wannabe Hot Topic poser who sells roadkill like it's a butchery and draws pictures that look like it was posted on DeviantArt back in 2006. Littered around with more garbage of her doing crimes with quirky quotes on the side. You really aren't missing much. Each one of them is an attack on the eyes and the mind. A fucking biohazard for every post.
I'm so cute bro, y'all can never ruin my self-esteem because my granny says I'm beautiful Moroccan princess #based.
Yeah, okay. When was the last time your grandma actually saw your fucking face? Huh? Does she know? Did her Alzheimer's kick in? How's her vision doing? Can we get a point of reference, a date? Who was president back then? Can we get some crinolines or something? Did cars exist yet, or did your grandma have to stare at your ugly ass riding fucking horseback? Tater Ramirez, you fucking mutant!
I went 4 hours without checking Instagram. I started to lose hearing in my left eye.
Thank you for that piece of information. What's next on your list? You got boners in your heart now? Next thing you're gonna be telling us is you got hair cancer. And what are we supposed to do with this information? Help you or something? Come on. Everybody here is a fucking shamble. We are as scuffed as fast food. The best thing you're going to get from anyone else is either a death threat or a dead meme. You got nubs for hands, your left leg is shorter than your right, and you can't do the hokey pokey. What else is wrong with you? Well, apart from everything else. I could go on for hours, but that's not the main reason I decided to do this. Victoria Watson is a genuinely fucked up individual, and for some reason I can never comprehend, she is still being defended. Not only by her father, but also being defended by some crack whore that she found at a local Arby's. And another thing I won't be able to forgive her for, is actually making me do something that many YouTubers can't seem to do properly. And that's a content warning. Let me explain real quick. Usually these warnings are done to prepare the viewer for upcoming content, such as gore, something that causes seizures, and a little weird thing called trigger. I don't know why people need warnings for these. They look pretty safe to me.
Did you mean to do that?
Yeah.
As you can guess, they are about as effective as the ESRB, and even when you get these warnings, it is usually the most underwhelming shit that you'll ever see. Seizure warning? Are you serious? Have any of you ever seen an MOG video before?
Fresh air.
Why am I telling you this? Well, if you think all I have been doing is just talking shit and I haven't shown you enough proof, well, get ready for it because it's fucking vile. I got a little timestamp right here if you want to skip the gore. Go click on it if you don't want to see an Instagram post of Victoria's latest victim. Alright, don't say I didn't warn you. If you're choosing to ride this one out, it's your fault from this point on. Here's the photos of the dog's dead body. This came from a post that was spreading awareness of Watson's murder of a stray dog, posing with its corpse like she just caught Moby Dick and is boasting about it to her 3 cult members. Each of them doing little golf claps, glad that their murderous bitch came back to bless them with a temporary dopamine rush. Speaking of dick, she also neutered it herself as a form of cost cutting, and it shows. It is less done by a professional and done by someone that doesn't know how to cut a roasted chicken or turkey, so they end up making a mess of things. Overall, that's the least concerning factor here. I don't need to tell you what is the most concerning factor because you're staring at it right now. You might be asking, why don't the police get involved? Well, your guess is as good as mine. There is the stereotype that the police won't act unless people are involved, which might be the case, even though there had been people involved. Well, kids, but you get what I'm saying. Plus, you are dealing with fuckers in San Antonio, where all this is taking place. Do you know how many people you gotta deal with before reaching the police? There's like a boss battle every 2 fucking blocks. And even when you get to them, you're going to be doing more gambling than when you get to Vegas. Because every time it's going to be different. It will either result with them being completely incompetent, or it will be a WWE match with fucking guns. As of now, there had been rumors that Victoria Watson had been arrested. Though I'm not sure if any of this is true, so take it with a grain of salt. But either way, everything Victoria Watson had done as of recently has been her own doing. Nobody would even consider to befriend her for very good reasons, and no such group would even think of accepting her in after all the horrible crimes she had committed. I know I poked fun at this, but I think there's also something I need to address. To say that Victoria Watson is either a goth, a punk, or a metalhead is an insult to goths, punks, and metalheads, and to say that all of them got their dogs or normalized the purchase of child porn is not only the world's most retarded generalization, but the fattest fucking lie I've heard, right next to Deftones being a good fucking band.
I'm feeling a strong 3 to a light 4 on this one.
When someone has the desire to kill somebody, there's always going to be parallels to any kind of taboo subject or anything that is just seen as edgy. And that is due to people who are either ignorant, stubborn, born retarded, or dropped out of preschool. The main reason that we have goths, metalheads, punks, or emo shitheads is because that's their way of expressing themselves to the world. There is a kind of cool, rebellious nature to it, and the music that they listen to complements this. Which in a way is kind of like saying fuck you to everything that is going wrong, whether it would be towards parents, to society, the cops, or that retarded old person that is about 3 weeks away from getting euthanized. Even if their style is really wild and really out there, I've actually met a lot of people who are a part of that music scene. Whether it was rock or metal or whatever the fuck they were playing, everyone I had spoken to were very friendly, wholesome, welcoming, and would detest whatever Watson was trying to do. And that's because they're normal fucking people. That's it. Even if some of them look like Metalopocalypse characters, or that they're trying to remind everyone that Emily is Strange still exists. They're normal people with normal lives. At the end of the day, it's an art form, and the people that love this kind of thing can at least tell the difference between the art and the person. With Victoria Watson, she doesn't understand anything. She's not a normal person with a normal life. As I said before, she is a poser, mixed in with every ounce of brain damage someone gets from being hit by a truck.
I hear it. I just got some adjustments. Oh, yeah, Rick.
Thinking that what she does appeals to those kinds of people, but it fucking doesn't. Granted, with any kind of music genre, there's bound to be trouble among fans. It's a given whenever anything has any kind of following. There might be a couple of fans with a few assault charges and a whole lot of losers trying to fit in, but I fucking doubt anyone, that's at least sane, would go as far as to dabble in child porn and murder fucking dogs, Vicky!
Yeah, dude! What the fuck?
She was growing up in a really fucked up environment. She couldn't get the help she needed and had no one to speak to about these problems. There were some warning signs, but no one wanted to take the time to stop her because she was slowly becoming more unstable, and it resulted in one of the most damning prospects to ever happen. And now we're not even sure what happened to her. Since July, there has been no new post from her. She just vanished and that was it. Maybe the rumors are true and she was locked away in the Polunsky unit. I mean, that's a happy ending, isn't it? You like happy endings, don't you? Special thanks to Yorku Cheese Bleeding for helping me out with this.